Hi, welcome to today's Daily Pattern. My name's Paul. When I was at school, I wasn't a big fan of homework. As a result, I lived by promising things to teachers and then hoping that the teacher would forget all about it. I promise you can have my Latin homework by Friday, Mr. Mullen. Or even, I promise I did do the Latin homework, but sadly it was eaten by the dog this very morning. I know this is probably hard for you to believe of me, but my promises weren't actually worth very much. My exasperated Latin teacher once said, "Freeland, I think your dog has digested more Latin than you have in the last 3 years." To which I said, under my breath, "Actually, I haven't got a dog." At the moment, we're reading the first book of the Bible, Genesis, together. Today's passage is actually quite a chunk from Genesis chapters 12 to 14. What jumps out at me is that so much of this book is about promise and then later fulfillment. I mean, if you go looking for it, you'll find that theme all the way through the whole Bible. In Saturday's passage, Becca talked us through the promises God made to Abraham about his family. That must have seemed bonkers, an elderly couple being promised all those children. This time, God again promises them a land. And it's not just any land, it actually happens to be the very land that they're camping in when the promise is made. I just can't get that image of camping in the promised land out of my head today. Abraham is living a nomadic life, always on the move, wealthy in other ways, but lacking a permanent home. And then God promises that all the land he can see to the north, the south, the east and the west will be his. Then God tells him to walk the length and breadth of the land that he's just been promised. Once God has spoken, the first thing actually Abraham does is to build an altar. His response to the promise of God in his life is worship. Even before he's seen the fulfillment of the promise, he's thanking God for it. And of course, God's promises to Abraham all come good in the end. So I wonder, are any of us currently camping in the place that we felt God is promising to us for our future? Look around it, north, south, east and west, then maybe walk around it. But in the midst of it, let's choose to worship. See you next time.